Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Thank you for watching. Today's video, we're going to be working on this fuel tank. Yesterday, in yesterday's video, we worked on the sanding unit, and I couldn't get the locking ring tight. It wouldn't tighten up on me, which is pretty common with these aftermarket fuel tanks and locking rings. But we're going to try to get that thing sealed up today. Hopefully, we'll have enough time. We'll get it in the car and get everything hooked back up. In the previous videos, we got the fuel pump and the carburetor and everything done. So all we're lacking now is a fuel tank. So let's try to get this thing put in. Thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Alright guys, so got the fuel tank set up and everything. I'm gonna hit a little bit of, well, let me tell you what we're gonna do first. So this is probably wrong, and I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with what I'm doing, but this is what I'm gonna do. So I got some ultra black. I'm gonna take the gasket and just put a small bead of RTV around it. I'm gonna glue it to the tank, and then I'm gonna take on the sanding unit, put a small ring on the other side, get it set in, get it locked in, let it dry. I know this stuff is not extremely gas resistant. It's not really made for gas, but the way I see it is, this is going to seal off any fuel that's supposed to leak out. So there really shouldn't be that much gas in this gap. It's not like it's going to be on the inside of the tank or anything. I know gas sits on the back side of that sanding unit, but I mean, I can't think of any other way to seal it out. So it kind of is what it is at this point. And we'll try it. If it don't work, we'll try something else, but I don't want it to leak. I'm just going to take some brake clean first and make sure I got a good clean area. I got a whole roll. I'm going to very carefully just dry the outside of this off without getting any in the tank. The tank actually looks like kind of dirty in there. So let's let me get my paint pen. I'm gonna remark that line so I don't. So I got my lines marked again. All right, we can get started. In yesterday's video, I kind of had my head in the way the whole time, so I'm gonna try not to do that this time. I got the camera set in a different spot. Alright, so I'll try to do this where y'all can see. I'm going to try to keep it in the middle so I don't want it to overflow on the inside, because that's going to be, on the gas tank. If it overflows anywhere, I want it to be on the outside. So I'm going to try to keep it in the middle. And I want to try to keep it thin too, so it don't press out. I cut my end here small, so I'll have a fine bead. It might be a little bit too fine, I can't get it out. So All right. I can never use this stuff and not make a mess. So hopefully, I don't know if you can see it or not, but all right, I'm gonna stick it on here first. Try not to get it in the hole. Like so. Let's see if I can't zoom in here and let me get you in close. Alright, so you can see there that I've got it centered up. This is actually going to help keeping this thing centered too. You can see it's not mushed on the inside, so it's not going to get in the tank. I can't, there we go. There's nothing on this inner lip, which that's about as far back as the gas is going to reach, so that RTV is not going to get in the tank. So there's really no worry of that. All right, let's get the sending unit now. Try to get y'all in a little closer. All right. So I think my head in the way. Alright, I think it should be enough. Something I forgot I wanted to do. I'll be careful with it so I don't knock that gasket back off. But I want to tap these tabs just a little bit more, try to get them just a little bit tighter. I'm going to go around the perimeter and then I'm going to actually hit the tabs herself. Don't want to knock it off. I don't know if that did anything, but we're going to say it's good. Alright, centered. Alright, the gasket's centered. Let's fish this thing through without getting any silicone on it. It's like playing Operation as a kid. You can't touch the sides or it shocks you. Oh, I just got shot. There we go, I did it. I didn't get no silicone on it. Alright, so we're gonna go in here and line these notches up just like that. I'm just gonna sit here and hold it for a minute, let it kind of cure so it'll kind of stick itself. I find it interesting this gasket is so thick to the point where the notches don't even engage, because you can turn this side to side and those notches don't even engage, and the lock ring don't lock it in enough to compress the gasket. So I don't know if the notches on the sending unit need to be longer or if the the gasket needs to be squishier and their lock ring needs a lot tighter. I'm not sure what's going on with this. I mean, it's an aftermarket part, and we all know aftermarket stuff don't feel like it should. All right, let's get it. Oh, it's falling off. Go ahead and get well, you can see there. I mean, I literally engaged that with just pliers. And it's all the way in the lock. It's not. I honestly don't even know if that's going to be tight enough even with silicone. I mean, you can see it's. Can y'all see that? It's locked all the way in right there. Man, that needs to be tighter than that even. Well, I had a little. I wonder where the little end on that went. I had a little protective end. I bet it stayed in the box. Yeah, it was in the box. So, as loose as that is, my worry is that even with the RTV on there, that where it's so loose, the gas is going to seep in between and then just eventually eat the RTV out, and then eventually it's going to start leaking. I don't have. I know the original locks are better, but I don't have one. The one that was on the old tank, actually, it broke when I got it out. I don't have another one. I wonder if I can take a screwdriver and just kind of manipulate those tabs in and tighten it up that way. Tank is moving, dang it. Can y'all still see it? My big head in the way. That actually did help. It's still not tight. You can I can move the sending unit side to side. It's no. Oh, I don't know. I don't like it being that loose though. I mean, you can literally, you can move it with just your fingers. Let me look. I'm gonna look in the other end and see, just to make sure there's no silicone exposed. All right, so yeah, those tabs are not even in the hole at all. Am I doing this wrong? Does the gasket go on the outside? Maybe the sending unit, because there's no way with the thickness of that gasket that those tabs will reach the hole. So maybe it's supposed to be sending unit gasket. That would make sense. I'm not really sure now. I don't have. Let's see if I can find. I know like. Let me go see if I can't Google this. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So plan B, I went ahead and cleaned all that off. I'm not going to do that. It's going to leak. I got all the silicone or the RTB off. I decided I'm not going to use it. It's going to leak. There's a gap about that big between the sending unit and the gas tank, and it's going to fill that hole up. It's going to eat that gas. It's just going to eat off gasket, and a year from now it's going to be leaking. So scratch that plan. I got my bucket of parts out. Oh, sorry, thumbs over the camera. I got my bucket of parts out, and I'm going to try to find a different locking ring. This one is not working at all. I've got two, tried them both. I googled my theory about the sending unit going in first and then the gasket, and it makes sense, but I don't understand why the holes or the locating tabs won't line up with the holes with the gasket on. It makes no sense. I know gasket's probably supposed to compress a little to get a tight seal, and then but it won't. It's not compressing at all because the lock ring won't get tight enough to compress it, and maybe it's just a crap gasket. I don't even know what I've done with it. I'm losing my voice again. I gotta get that, but I don't know if you can see it. But it's super hard. It doesn't compress, and the thickness. Let me get the camera set up here so you can actually see. Yeah, I gotta get it. I wish I could get the camera inside the tank so you can see what I'm talking about with the tabs. But you can see the thickness, and there's the tab. But by the time it gets in the tank, it's not grabbing. So I don't know if it's a tank error or I don't know. But let's go look at this pile of parts to see if I can't find another locking ring. I never throw anything away. I mean, you can tell by the stuff that I have here. I never throw anything away. So hopefully I have the original one. I was thinking about it, and the one that I broke was the one that I replaced, because I replaced the original locking ring with the one that came with the kit. I rebuilt the sending unit, And the center unit that I took out of that rusty tank was the original one, but I rebuilt it. I put a new float, a new sock, and a new whatever it's called, the electric part. I replaced all that, and it came with the lock ring, and that's the lock ring I use. So I should have the original one right here somewhere. But let's go look through these pile parts, see if we can't find them. All right, guys, I'm back. I had no luck finding another ring, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make an educated decision, and I'm gonna put the gasket on the outside. I took some pictures inside the tank both ways. Put the gasket on the inside of the center unit, and then one without. The tabs are nowhere close to engaging, and I think that I wish I had a paper gasket. I may try to find something thin enough to put in between there, and just to have a seal between the tank and the center unit. That way it don't leak out in between. Because I think even with the gasket on the outside of the ring, if it gets past the center unit, it's going to leak, because this down here is not tight. So if it makes it past this, let me take the ring out. So essentially it's going to be like that with the gasket here. So the gasket is really not going to seal anything. So I need something thinner on the inside so the tabs will still engage. But I don't really have anything. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm just going to go with it, is I'm going to try it my way with the tabs engaged, the gasket on the outside. And I put a little gas in it. I'm just going to see if it leaks. Because with this gasket on the inside, there's no way that those tabs are going to engage, and so it won't get tight enough to lock in, and so this essentially can just move. And I think my biggest problem, I'm not sure if it's the ring or the tank, but it's just not getting tight. It's not getting nowhere near tight enough. So let me dig around and see if I can't find a thin paper gasket and put it on the inside, and then we'll put this on the outside just to draw it in, give it some tightness. And maybe the thickness of a paper gasket will actually help tighten it down a little bit more. That's the only thing I know to do, is just try it and see. If it does leak, then I'll go back the other way and put it on there with the gasket on the inside. I mean, the gasket on the inside does make more sense as far as sealing it, but it doesn't make sense to me why, with the gasket installed, the tabs are not engaging. Because I'll show you, I'll put pictures, but it's nowhere near engaging the tabs. It's 1/8 of an inch away from it, with the thickness of that gasket away from it. So let's try it that way, and we'll see what happens. Let me get everything set up, and I'll bring you back. All right, so new plan. I actually found the locking ring and the gasket that came off the tank, the rusty tank. It's the gasket's a little bit thinner, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to put the thin one on the inside, and then put the one that I have with the new sending unit on the outside. Maybe it'll get it thick enough where I can actually get it to lock in. I've tried it 2 or 3 times, and it's a bear. It won't. It sucks. But we're gonna keep at it, and we're gonna try it. I think that maybe make it seal if I can get it in there. But I don't think we'll be able to do this on camera, because there's a lot of holding and prying and beating and banging. So I'm just gonna do it off camera, and I'll keep you updated. Lots of profanity, lots and lots. Good thing I did this off camera. The problem I'm having now is I got the ring in there. The ring is smaller than the tabs, and it wants to shift. So no matter which direction you try to turn it, it shifts, and it pops out of the adjacent tab. I've got it in, but as you can see, right here's the, well, you can't see that one. Right here is the little locking pin, and I have to go all the way over here. So I still got 3/4 of an inch to turn this stupid thing, and I can't turn it because it pops out of this one. So if I get this one in, it pops out of this one. You get this one in, it pops out of this one. So I'm having to sit here, and every time I inch it back, it backs up. So you can see how off center it is now. I mean, you got all this gap down here, and it's even up here, so it needs to go up. But when I take it up, you barely got anything hanging on right here. This is stupid. I don't know if it's a gas tank issue or if it's the ring, but this is stupid. All right, so getting frustrated. I'm gonna go take a break, and I'll get back at it here in a minute. All right, so I got it finally. I still don't know if it's gonna work. I look inside the tank, and you can see where in all the movement and bait and banging, the gasket that's on the inside is shifted. You can see the edge of it on one side, not on the other. So I don't know if it's gonna seal or not. But I'm about done with it, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna throw some gas in it, see if it leaks. If it does, I'll take it back apart, and I'll do like I said before, and try to find a paper gasket, maybe some. I may just get some gas resistant RTV or sealer or whatever. I know they make it, I just don't have any. And I may just put that on the inside just to seal it, and if that don't work, I'm getting a fuel seal, because this is getting on my nerves. But that's gonna close this one out. I'm not gonna have time to get it put back in the car today like I was hoping. I'm just gonna put a little bit of gas in it and check and see if it's leaking, and that'll close this one out. But I appreciate y'all watching. Remember, restore them, don't crush them. Or in this case, go ahead and crush it. Mission failed. Put a little gas in it. Thing leaks like a sieve. I mean, I don't know. This just hasn't been my project, I guess. But we'll figure something out on it. I'll get some sealant or something. We'll figure it out. So this is my second fill in 2 days, so I'm not doing too good. Yeah, it is what it is. It's part of it. But I'll go ahead and finish this one out. So remember, restore them, don't crush them. Even if it's this crappy gas tank, don't crush it, because you're going to need it. Thanks for watching.